everybody, Dr. Cameron Kavari and Dr. Robert Hadeen here with Trimodus, episode 2 of the Lumbar Yard. And last week we talked about how the spine is moving in range of motion, and we want those ranges of motion to be fluid and without pain. So we've got front to back movement, right? Front to back. We got side to side movement, and then we got rotation, right? In the human, that's front to back, side to side, and rotation. Now, if you feel tension in any one of those ranges of motion, that means the spinal muscles haven't let go. They're not relaxed enough. They don't need more strength. They need to be able to move efficiently without that tension. Here, we're going to demonstrate a few exercises that are going to get you out of that pain and help mend that range of motion so you can do the things you'd like to do without pain. So, Doc, what do we got?
Yeah, so we talked about just kind of getting out of gravity, being in gravity all day long, kind of compress the spine, causes restriction, causes muscle tightness, yada. And so these few range of motions, we're going to basically work on getting the body horizontal, okay, and focusing on overall range of motion in those triplanar movements that Dr. Cameron was talking about. So first what we're going to do is we're going to get into a quadruped position. So hands underneath shoulders, knees and hips, almost like you're on 2 railroad tracks on each side of the body. So you're just relaxing. From here, you can take your time with this, but we're going to work on basically focusing on a single movement without affecting the rest of the body. So Cam is going to work on keeping his rib cage nice and kind of just in a fixed position. And he's going to work on flexing and extending just the low part of his back. Okay? So he's working on range of motions. Not a whole lot of muscular activity that's going on, but he's just going to work on focusing on just this motion. Flexion, extension, working on that plane front to back. Okay? Because a lot of time we get so locked up and restricted in the area, muscles get tight, restriction happens in the spine. If movement isn't happening here, movement has to happen somewhere else in the body to basically move from point A to point B. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on just adding hip flexion and extension of the body. So from here, he's going to rock back into almost a child's pose. Okay? Really good for the hips. Gets that 120 degrees plus range of motion. And now we're going to go forward into that Mackenzie that we talked about last week. Okay, compressing the other side of the disc. We're going to go back. Again, we're out of gravity. We're working on just the general health of the disc and the health of the spine. Going back and forth, and repeat as many times as needed. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our side. We're going to obviously do this on both sides. And from here, we're laying right side, back knee is going to stick right in the back of the ankle. And so Dr. Cam is just going to sit in this position. He's just breathing. Okay, he's on both forearms. From here, he's kind of opening up that bottom hip. He's added a little bit of rotation, that turning position to his spine, okay? And we're even getting a little bit of flexion, that lateral plane of movement on one part of the disc, okay? And so he's just breathing, okay? Sometimes for men, when you kind of get tight, this position might be tough. And so just kind of rest in this position, just breathe. And if you need to angle yourself a little bit to make this work, that's all that's needed here. Again, a little variation. Then from here, to add more, we're going to come up to our hands. Okay, so Dr. Cam's arms are locked out. He's just breathing. Now we get a little extension of the spine. We have rotation of the spine, a little bit of lateral flexion of the spine, all healthy movements. Okay, and what we can do is you can practice more is work on this overall hula hoop movement, or belly dancing. Okay, so Cam is doing circles in both directions, working on that movement, healthy movement of the spine without having too much muscle activity happening. Okay, does that feel all right?
Yeah, it feels great. Okay. One thing in these positions is you can always make sure that you're belly breathing. So when you get into these positions, you've got big belly, because that's what's really going to lubricate the low back muscles, and it's going to help with proper respiration. And so all these movements are going to help with belly breathing, right, Doc?
That's absolutely correct.
So when you have these pains and aches when you're moving around, do a few of these positions. Maybe get into a couple of them every couple hours if you're at work, sitting a lot, or if you want to do them in the morning and at night. Make sure that you get those done if you have some low back pain. Don't forget to like us and subscribe below. Thanks, guys.